Hello YouTube, it's CaptPlanet again, bringing you another D-Arts review. Today, we're going to be reviewing the D-Arts Persona 4, technically it's Persona 4 the animation according to this box, Konohana Sakuya, from, I guess it's the TV show, but it's the game too, for Persona 4. So yeah, looking at the box, you got Konohana right there, continuation, D-Arts, got her name right there. On the back you got some poses, and if you look right here, this is, what pose is it? That pose is complete cheating, and I'll show you why. You got some other poses and some stuff, and D-Arts, and it's a box, and there's a lot of things to talk about, so I'm not going to sit here and ramble on about the box. So let's get to this figure. Here's Konohana. She's really thin. She's really thin. Okay, I got a figure arts right here, but he's kind of bulky. Here's like the weather dopant, and like, I know that this isn't a good like reference, but she's so thin. Like, if we look at his joints, hold on. They're like thick, and then you look at hers and they're really small. Like, they're smaller than Izanagi's, I think. I could be wrong on that. I'm sorry. This whole review, I'm just gonna warn you right now, her beige white does not like to get picked up by my camera. With the black or the white background. Probably need to switch to black. But we'll look at the figure right now. She's got some really good sculpted detail. I mean, I really like the sculpt, and the paint ended up being really good on her. It's all really well done. It looks nice. Really, they really bring the character out in her. Character as, you know, somebody's inner self or whatever. So we'll look at posability now. So she's got single jointed knees, not that she really needs any more than a single joint. Plus it would look really, really janky considering that this is supposed to be like form-fitting spandexian type stuff. She's got a thigh swivel, but I can't, this one moves and then this one is stuck. It does not move. I'm actually just moving the ball joint underneath. If you look, see, I'm not even moving her thigh swivel. I'm just moving the whole ball joint. So, my right leg is stuck, so defect number 1. And trust me guys, we're going to be counting up some defects up in this today. So, we go up to chest. The chest actually has super cool ab crunch. Not so much this way, but like, she's got it down here and up here. And I really like how it's hidden. You don't even realize that she has it unless you do like hardcore make the chest plate move up. But that's really cool. Arms, we got super cool Shinkenger style shoulders. But it's really, really open here, so they work. Defect number 2. This is loose. It's actually the joint, the hole here is just too big. So I can actually work her hand out, or her whole arm out of the socket. So that's just something to watch out for. She has single jointed elbows. Yes, if you are looking for figure arts double jointedness, you are not going to be getting it in this release. She has swivel. She's got everything up, and then that was random. I'm sorry. This swivels. These move around because you're going to need them to move around. I'll show you why in a minute. It's fully posable, looks up, down, every which way. These are soft, so you don't need to worry about them breaking on you. They're really, really nicely painted now that I look at them. I'm sorry that my camera just isn't gonna play nice. See, they're really nicely painted right there. Like, even the tiny ones up here are really nicely painted. The figure has no loose joints except for the fact that I can yank her arm out. Not like I have to try, but the fact that, like, it doesn't, one, it doesn't sit up high enough. And I've tried everything to get it to just stay up there, but it doesn't hold. But yeah, no paint fudge ups or anything like that, so that's always good. She can't stand, like, everything else in the DArts line that I own from Persona. Yep. Izanagi fall test. Now I'm just throwing her in the air. So we're gonna move on to accessories. You get these kind of weird... I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to pick this up. They're strange, kind of open, hold hands, but they can't hold anything because they're really small. And then you get these splayed hands, which are better for posing, but defect number 3 I think we're on. When I look at mine, I'm not even sure if you guys are going to be able to see this because these are not camera-friendly hands. There we go. You're still not going to see it. Oh, if I hold them from this angle, you can kind of see. This hand, the peg hole has been drilled just slightly too far off, just off center. So when you put it on her hands, you have to, like, fiddle the hands so that they're at the proper length to each other. It's not game breaking, but it is really annoying that they screwed something that easy up. And then for accessories, that's about it as far as hands, because you're about to see a ton of super cool clear plastic. These are the wings for her wrists, or feathers for her wrist. They are really nice, like, see, they're clear plastic that is painted, I believe, that or it's like, they did some really cool molding. And what's cool is that, like, within the molding you can just see kind of like an overlay, and it really gives that good effect of, like, just this ton of feathers just kind of built up on top of each other. So these are the ones for her wrists. And then, hold on, there's a lot of these. You get 5 of these for the rest of her. This being the middle piece, and then you have 2... Where are they? Hold on. This is a mess. I'm going to apologize right now. Okay, so I'm going to start assembling these. So you get the... This goes on the back. This plugs into here. And then... Hold on. There are a lot of pieces. I apologize. And then they just plug in like that. They're on ball joints. Some are really tight, and then there's one that's really loose. I highly suggest that when you buy this figure, you somehow figure out a way to just slightly loosen all the tight ball joints, because these pegs that are sticking up, okay, this is like defect number 4. Okay, this one, the ball joint that was on the wing, this wing, was ultra tight. And what it did is that, I'm not even going to be able to show this. I am so sorry, this review sucks so bad. But it's important that you know this. Okay, you see how it's like pegged in there? I thought that it was molded all together. No, it's just a peg that's glued in there. I ended up ripping it out. You'll see it in the final thoughts. So that's something to watch out for. Loosen up the ball joints just a little bit. And it really helps with posing if you do that. And then we're going to just kind of finish clipping everything on here. See, that one went on and it didn't even click. And these ones with the peg pointing out, those are a part of the wing, and these are the ones that need to be on the ends. So there, we get a very impressive wingspan. I got nothing to really compare this to, it's just very impressive. And then, just like Izanagi, you get a stand that takes up a ton of room, and you get some type of crazy contraption for the wings. And now, here comes the hard part. Okay, posing her with the wings is... I see it everywhere that, oh, it's so difficult and all this other stuff. It is. It is. It requires a little bit of patience. I might actually end up editing this part depending on how fast I can do this. All I want to do is just kind of get her in a just static pose. First things first, just put her on the stand. Save yourself some time and effort. And then let's say that I want to do something like I don't know, like this. Okay? Let's say that I want something that is akin to that. Okay. Oh, and then there's one more thing. This whole wrist joint right here is a solid peg that this is a part of. So you can actually rip this whole thing out if you so desired, I guess, on these move. I said it, but I didn't actually point it out. Okay, you don't want to put the wrist guards in. You see this peg right here? This is crazy. There is so much room needed for this. I actually should do this outside of the light box, but there's a peg right here. And it pegs onto the back of here. I'm sorry if I end up having to take this out of frame, but it's kind of a pain posing her. Okay, so now you just gotta kind of figure out a way to get it all to reach. And I didn't actually properly clip this. Oh no. Defect number 5. 5, people. 5 defects. What? This one happened on screen. The clear plastic just kind of gave out. I don't even think that I can show it. It just gave out right there. You can see a small little crack right there. That's fine. I can still use this. It still will work. I'm just gonna find something quick and easy to pose her up. Oh, this thing's on a heavy ratchet joint. I think that was pretty obvious, so I didn't feel like I needed to explain that. Now you just gotta, once you get one in, you gotta really get tricky with how you're gonna get the other one to get up there. And then you kind of just space out the wings as needed. You don't want too much pressure on any other wingspan. And then you just, hold on. I am so sorry. And you just kind of clip on the wings. This is one really long review. I'm already at like 13 minutes. Yet again, sorry. So yeah, there's the wings. It's kind of in a jank pose. It didn't come out the way that I wanted because I wasn't expecting this to kind of give way, and I don't have time to fix it in mid-review. Which, hey, if you want to know how to fix these clear things, just put nail polish on it. Just strengthens them. But yeah, there you go. You'll see better poses in the final thoughts, which we are going to right now. So, final thoughts. D-Art's Konohana Sakuya is a weird figure to give a good opinion on. The problem is that this figure has a lot of quality control problems that for some people might not even be tolerable, and for me personally, I paid the Ami Ami price, which is like $40-something, and it's really upsetting to see that there are such almost near game-breaking problems with this figure, with the improperly drilled hands, the poor gluing of the pegs, the fact that the stand cracked in mid-review, no less, the thigh that's stuck. All these different problems really start to add up. If it were only one or two of these problems, it would be something that's easily, I could still recommend this figure, and I can't, at least not at the full price. But luckily, Ami Ami has it for half off now, and I think that at the 2,000 yen price, I'm not sure what that is in American dollars, it's it's kind of worth it, actually. I mean, as long as you're patient with the figure and the fact that you might get a bad one, you might get one of these, or you might get all of them. It kind of is worth it at that price because it's at least at that price point you don't feel so bad about it. And as far as like figure posability and stuff, there is a learning curve to the wings. Yes, it's complicated to get her pose just right, and there's a lot of patience involved with trying to get the perfect pose, and you might not get super duper crazy poses because of the limitations of the stand itself and the way that the wings are arranged. But like I said, I can recommend this still, weirdly enough. I can still recommend this to anybody that is a fan or is planning on completing this whole line. Just be mindful that you're going to have a little bit of patience with the fact that this figure is going to have some problems with it, and it might not be 100% perfect like Thanathis, or Izanagi had very few problems. So um yeah, I'm going to call it for this review. So, thumbs up, comment, subscribe if you want me to do anything different, or you kind of wondering like where I'm going next with these reviews after these few D arts, or you want to see something that I might have or might be willing to try out. Just shoot me a message or comment me or whatever. So, see you guys later.